Namaskar, hello and welcome to Sofia. First, a few quick facts. Sofia is the capital of Bulgaria, which is in the Balkans. It's a Schengen country and its currency is the Bulgarian lev. And they use plug type C, which is used in most of the European Union countries. We have now reached Sofia airport. We took a Ryanair flight that leaves London Stansted at 6 in the morning and takes 3 hours to reach Sofia, which means we had to leave home at 3 in the morning. Thankfully, our sleeplessness has been rewarded with a gorgeous sunny day. It's 11 o'clock local time now, and we have decided to grab something like a brunch before we make our move. But first, let us find a public transport that will take us from the airport to our hotel in central Sofia.
When we exited the departure lounge, we were very puzzled because we could not locate any direction or any signpost towards the metro stop. We asked an airport official who kindly pointed us to the ground, and then we saw there are two lines, the red line pointing us in the direction of the bus stops and the blue line which takes you straight to the metro station. We followed the blue line right to the end of the airport terminal on the left hand side and then reached the metro stop. As soon as you enter the metro station, you find the ticket vending machine. It's got 2 language options. We select English, single card, and then we've got to insert the money. It takes notes of 2 and 5 and 10 levs.
How much? What is the fare?
The fare is 160, I think, 1.60.
For a single ride?
For a single ride, that's right.
So we took the line M2 from airport to Sofia University stop. This is 3 minutes walk to our hotel. This is bang in the center of the city. All the major buildings, attractions are around. We are now in a park with very interesting installations. There are loads of sculptures here. I'm not sure what they signify. May have something to do with their communist past. I'll try to find out that information, but first Vikram is trying to locate the directions to a very interesting place to eat. That's what he claims. So let's hit there first. A slight change of plan. The restaurant that Vikram wanted to take me is miles away. He obviously did not do his homework well. So we have come around the corner to a place called Happy. It's a chain restaurant and I've looked up the reviews. Apparently the food is very good and very cheap. So first impression, this is a very cheerful place and with a wide variety of food on offer. There's a special Bulgarian menu too, but I think what dazzled both of us is the
hospitality.
The hospitality and the appearance of the attendants. Honestly, they are all so pretty and so slim that I only ordered salad for myself. I'm not eating anything for the rest of my trip. Even looking at them is giving me major fitness goals.
They are very pretty.
Are they prettier than your wife?
No. No. This is our first meal in Bulgaria and we are trying to take it light. So I'm having a Shopska salad.
Which is a local specialty, isn't it?
It's a local specialty. It's got cucumbers and tomatoes, beautiful taste with a lot of cheese.
It's local cheese from what I hear.
And she's having a master salad which has got a base of eggplant and it's got some burrata and lovely looking tomatoes on it. These are spinach balls, right? So these are not meatballs. They're vegetarian, but they're made with spinach. And as the last sampler of the local delicacies, we ordered stuffed cabbage leaves. They look super interesting. I wonder how they will be.
Yes. I mean, stuffed cabbage leaf is, as he mentioned, a local delicacy, but traditionally it's stuffed with meat, so we do have vegetarian.
Just making a quick video. I really like this. It's very nice.
It's excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. I have to say the hospitality here is very nice.
Yes. Do you think it has anything to do with the fact that we are recording every single
Not
second?
really. They've been going around and talking to every customer, and it has nothing to do with the fact that everyone here is very beautiful as well. Okay.
Let's take this offline. Okay, so that was an amazing meal. It was filling. Both my stomach and my heart
And my
Up.
soul.
and my soul are full now. Which one did you like best, Vikram?
I have to say probably the stuffed cabbage leaves.
Yes, I agree. The cabbage leaves themselves were pickled, and that's a sort of taste that I'm genetically more inclined towards. So, stuffed cabbage leaves for me, definitely. We are on our way to the hotel now. We have to check in, and I'm ready for an afternoon nap. I don't know about you. You can do whatever you want, but I'm going to sleep now.
Yes, I'm ready for a nap as well, but I was wondering, was that meal expensive, or do you think it was light on the pocket as well?
Well, it did cost us approximately about 18 pounds for all the dishes and 2 pints of beer.
Wow.
Which
That's
is-
not expensive.
No,
right?
it's not
That's
expensive.
quite reasonable.
It
I
is
would say.
reasonable.
Got a view of the square.
So that's our room with a view. A good sized room, I must say.
Good size. That's huge by European standards.
Yes, that's huge by
French
European
standards.
standards.
It's huge.
That's true. Let's have a look at the bathroom. That's again a very good sized bathroom by European standards. And I know I keep on harping on this, but this is one reason why I love to travel to European cities in winter, because you get so much more bang for your buck. This room cost us less than £100 for one night. And I had checked the prices in summer, it's more than double.
It has to be because it's intercontinental, and look at that view.
Yeah?
Amazing.
Yeah. So we are now on our way to a dinner. It's a fancy posh place called
Staslisvetsa.
Stoshlitsvetsa. I'm not sure about the pronunciation. I'm sure we'll find out soon. We did make a reservation a couple of days ago. It was quite easy. He had to fill in an online form and they responded within a few hours. How's your Bulgarian?
It sucks.
Is it this one? Is
I'm
it?
quite sure it's not. They might have an English menu or an English name as well. Right? Facebook.
Okay, I think we need to
We
phone a
probably
friend.
need to ask.
Yeah, let's go and ask. Turns out we were at the right place. He's just rusty with his Bulgarian.
I need to brush it up.
Yeah, you do. So this place is quite romantic, very pretty. The decor is beautifully done. A little bit noisy though.
The menu is pretty extensive. They've
It
got
is.
loads of options for vegans, for vegetarians,
Yeah.
for meat lovers, for fish lovers, everything. There's a lot of options.
What has impressed me is that they have a separate fitness menu with the calories, the amount of protein, carbohydrate, everything mentioned. Now, I have not seen this anywhere in any restaurant ever. So we are done with our dinner now. You have something to say about the food?
It was very heavy, very nicely cooked. Most of it had cheese in it.
Yes. So it was pretty filling, even though it seemed that the portion sizes were not much. But after 2 courses, we were just too full. We were too full to have any sort of dessert. And the bill came to around equivalent to about 38 British pounds, including a bottle of wine.
So we had a go at the Sense Rooftop bar, but it looks like it's a really busy place, especially over the weekends. So if you don't have a prior reservation,
We did not
have a reservation, and we couldn't get a spot. But it's on the 9th floor. It's got lovely views across the city and the cathedral, and apparently the cocktails are to die for. Word of encouragement though, if you don't have a reservation, there are loads of other tiny pubs, very cute pubs, where you can actually get a table and a nice drink for a couple.
Yes, and quite nice bars too, from what I could see. We are going to try our luck at the hotel. Okay, so oh my goodness, I'm knackered. So we have come to join the free Sofia tour, which is, as the name explains, it's a free tour. It's a walking tour led by locals. I'll give you more information about it later, but first I have to catch my breath. I got lost and literally had to run to catch up. See you guys later.
365, because we do this tour every single day, no matter what, to show you Sofia, to show you our city. This tour happens 3 times a day. It happens 11, at 2 and at 6, and our tour is free. And if you like my tour, if you enjoy my tour, you're more than welcome to leave us a donation at the end of the tour. That's the only way we can do these tours, not sponsored by the government.
Just completed the 2-hour-long free Sofia tour, and it is impressive. Honestly, they run it 3 times a day at 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock on every single day of every single year. They have been doing it since 2010. It is a charity organization, and you can offer a donation at the end, but it's not compulsory. As it explains, it's completely a free tour, and it lasts for 2 hours. It begins at the Palace of Justice, which is in the city center, and this is Alexander Nevsky Cathedral. This is where it ends. And the guide, we had Svetla as a guide. She was so lovely. She gave us hints and tips about visiting Sofia and the various places to eat and drink, and it was quite an extensive tour, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It had the right mix of history and facts and trivia, and modern history, ancient history, everything. There was something.
And the
for
communist history too.
Yeah.
Yes, and she was handing out these small toffees. These are apparently Bulgarian ones. Where she was asking a few questions in between, and I managed to grab 2. The first question I answered correctly, and I did do my homework before I came to Sofia, is how old is this city? And I was the only one to get the answer right.
That's very impressive.
Yes.
What was the answer? 5,000? 7,000?
No, 7,000. So Sofia is one of the oldest cities in Europe, and it is 7,000 years old. And unlike other major European cities, I'm sure anyone who has been to Europe will agree with this, European cities have a very typical theme. There'll be a river running through the center, a cathedral, a cobbled
right, an
road,
old town,
an old
town and a new town and a city center, and you typically have like a river through it. But very different.
It is very different. Sofia does not have a river. It has a mountain quite close to it, the Vitusha mountain, which is about half an hour drive. There's a ski resort. I'm sure it's cheaper than most of the ski resorts in Europe. And there's also a very ancient city, a city called Plovdiv, which I think is the oldest inhabited city in Europe.
Oldest living city.
The oldest, yes. And it is 1.5 hours from Sofia. So if you have enough time, that's also a day trip you can catch. So along with the tour, they also provided us with this booklet, which has a lot of handy information. And they have also made a bucket list of things to do whilst in Sofia in order to become like a local. So try typical Bulgarian food. We did that yesterday. Taste some local drinks. Done. Go and party in a local club with pleasure. Well, we didn't get entry into the Rooftop bar of sense because we had no reservation. Explore more of Bulgarian nature. Visit Vitusha mountain, or even go further and explore Rila. I don't know how it's pronounced, but there's Rila. But there's a monastery and 7 lakes. Wow, sounds amazing. Dig deeper into Bulgarian cultural habits by learning how to write your name in the Cyrillic alphabet and dancing the traditional Horo dance. They also have a culture tour for this purpose apparently. Visit a local exhibition and buy souvenirs, which we are going to do now, and learn more about communism. Once again, they also have a communism tour. Now, mind you, this organization called 365 Tours, they, as I mentioned, the Sofia tours, walking tours are free of charge. But they also have these special tours like communism tours and culture tours, and those are paid ones. And the last recommendation they have is to go out of your comfort zone and visit the local women's market, or go dine in full darkness in tenebrous restaurant. Become an alternative tourist by joining the alternative tour. Visit the best cinema in town, get a tattoo, or try to find your way out of a quest room.
Shall we get a tattoo?
No, we are not, but we are going to go and find a souvenir shop because I need to buy a Bulgarian doll for my mother and a wall plate for his father.
Oh God.
No choice there, Vikram, no choice.
Okay, let's go. We have now come to a very classic Bulgarian restaurant called Haji Draganov cellars. We were quite knackered after the 2-hour walk, and then walking down the high street trying to find a souvenir shop and just general sightseeing. So we decided to take a break, and as you can see, we have again ordered fresh Bulgarian salad. This is a local specialty with homemade bread. Now this restaurant, the specialty is that all the food they make it in fire in clay pots. Let's see how it tastes. Thank you.
Oops, and I almost forgot to mention about the local alcohol rakia. Okay, so that brings us to the end of our trip. It was only for 2 days anyway, but we have had a nice time, at least I did.
I did as well.
I found Sofia to be very pretty. The people are very warm and hospitable, and I'm not just saying this for the sake of it, I really mean it. and it is pretty safe too. The shops are open till quite late, even on a Sunday. I was a little surprised to see that because it's not a very European concept, I'm sure you'll agree. Here's our reviews and recommendations. We stayed at the Intercontinental Sofia, which is right at the city center. I will give it 5 stars. I'm very impressed with the size of the rooms, the cleanliness. Definitely was very clean, and most of all I have to mention this because a lot of TripAdvisor reviews of the hotel have mentioned that the staff are unhelpful. I don't know if they have recently hired new people, but I've had a completely different experience.
Yeah, we found them very warm and hospitable, right? They were most helpful in everything.
Definitely.
We even got a couple of extra hours on the day for late checkout.
Definitely. So definitely we will recommend the hotel. About the restaurants, we'll start with Happy. I mentioned this yesterday. I think Happy, despite being a chain restaurant, and I have a little personal bias against chain restaurants, but I found the food to be very good, really value for money, and the portion sizes are very good too.
Well, we ordered small salads, and those were so filling for the two of us.
Correct. So definitely thumbs up for Happy. Where did we go to last night? I simply can't pronounce that name.
It was Stastliveka restaurant. Stastliveka.
Stastliveka in San Stefano Plaza. Once again, this is a posh place. Very nice, very beautifully done, romantic. The food is good. It's very good. Not the best meal I've ever had, I'll be honest. I mean, you may have a different opinion. It was good food, but it did not blow my brains off.
Really, I found it quite nice. I mean, initially they gave us a poor seat right at the corner.
Yes, that was disappointing
But
because
that was a bit disappointing
Yes.
because we had reserved it.
we had reserved. In spite of it, I just felt that we were relegated to a corner.
But
A very
after that,
yes, but it was an unloved corner where I was staring at a blank wall, you were staring into darkness, and we had to really ask and request for a better seat, which was provided to us. But service-wise, I won't say they were unkind or rude, but
they were a bit hands off.
they were. I mean, I guess I'm just spoiled from having good behavior meted out to us all the time. So
Well, my personal opinion was the wine that our table stewardess suggested that was really good. It was called Nobile. It was a Bulgarian wine, and I found that really crisp and refreshing. The food, it was good. Yes, it wasn't the best meal we have ever had, but I found it quite good. The decor of the restaurant and the overall ambience seemed to be very posh, and at the same time, it had like a pub-like feel.
you keep saying pub, but I think it's because they were playing football.
Yeah, because they were playing football in big TV screens, right? So that's what makes me think of a pub. How many posh restaurants do you know which play football matches on big TV screens?
I don't want to know.
You don't. You won't.
Okay, and then comes the other one, the one where we had lunch this afternoon. Had what's it?
It's Haji Draganov's tavern.
Tavern, yes. It's if you only consider the decor, it's very Bulgarian, looks very traditional, will be very attractive to tourists, but the food was meh. I'll definitely not recommend it. It was very average food, on the pricier side as far as Bulgaria is concerned. Portion sizes were remarkably small, and they claim that they make homemade food, but the food is nothing to write home about, at least in my opinion. What do you
they had a decent variety of alcohols, right? So the rakia varieties were nice. The food, I agree, it was not good. It didn't taste like it was homemade either,
was
and the
rubbery.
portion sizes were small. Price wise, I would say it was mid range. It wasn't super expensive, but it wasn't super cheap.
Perhaps, yeah, that's true. And then comes free Sofia walking tour. Definitely recommend. It's a shame that we did not have enough time to go for their paid tours. I'm sure they are very nice too. But if you are in Sofia, I've said this before, they run 3 tours every day, 11 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and that's English language. I think they have some other Spanish language tours too. So no matter which time of the day you land in Sofia, I'm sure you'll find time to do this trip. So go for it, even if you have only 2 hours to spare.
I found the tour very good, very well organized, and it had the right mix of everything. Although I would recommend you put on good walking shoes.
Yes, definitely. Right, public transport. We only availed the metro, which is very
was
good,
great.
very clean. The directions can be a bit confusing, and
But you can ask people at the
You can
station.
ask people, yeah.
And what I noticed was, unlike in other cities in Europe, even on a Sunday evening at 8 o'clock, you have people, officials sitting at the ticket
That's
counters.
true.
So you can easily
That's
go
true.
up and ask them for directions.
that's true. And unlike the underground in London, your mobile connection works in the metro.
This is the best part.
Yeah, that's definitely a plus.
Yep.
Sofia Airport, good size. The people here, the officials here seem to be helpful too. I think both of us just have one complaint against this airport. That is, we couldn't find a water dispensing machine, which
Yeah.
is an anomaly in this day and age, especially in Europe.
Yep. I can't see one.
But we could be mistaken. I mean, if you know of any water filter or water fountain in Sofia Airport, do let us know. Leave your comment in the comment box below, and subscribe to our channel, please, for more such videos. I'm sure you'll find a few of them helpful, if not all of them. See you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.